This is Hog Country, life on the Appalachian Trail. Welcome. This is Hog Country. Hey, I promised you guys I'd get you a supply list, gear, and clothing. So that's what I'm here for today. I've got everything lined out for my Appalachian Trail hike starting the 1st of February. And so I've got that gear list dialed in, I believe. I think I'm ready. I've done a shakedown on the AT recently, and I got rid of a bunch of equipment that I didn't need. And I have finalized what I think I'm going to carry at least up until I get to Damascus, because I feel like the weather's going to change some by the time I get there, and there will be some big changes. But anyway, I've got that dialed in. Now, what I would ask is that you go out to hogcountry.com, and I have the entire list. It's mobile friendly and it's ready to go. So it's a field guide, but that field guide includes everything that I'm carrying, the weights, everything. So anything that you might want to ask about the gear itself should be there. But of course, I'm always available. You can comment at any time, and I'll explain any of the decisions that I made as far as the equipment is concerned. So stay tuned. I'm getting ready to set this thing up. I'm going to get you going, and I'll let you see all the equipment that I'm carrying. Okay, let's talk about the big three. We got the Osprey Atmos LT50 backpack. It's a little heavy. It's about 4 pounds. I plan to exchange it when I get to Damascus, and I can take off about 2 pounds. But it's really good on the shoulders and it's really good on the hips. And I've been through, I don't know, half a dozen bags, and this one seems to work best for me for heavy loads. Then I've got the Durston X Dome 1 Plus tent, and it is absolutely incredible. It is a freestanding tent, but it is awesome. It will work really well in the snow. You can just set it up and you can carry it around wherever you want, and you can either stake it or not stake it depending on the weather, but it is one phenomenal tent. It's a one person. And then we'll step over and look at the sleep system. I've got the Zen Bivy. It's a 10-degree actually it's a quilt with a sheet, and it is awesome. Really warm, and for side sleepers, it is great. Now, I know it's a little heavy, but it's another piece of equipment I'll change out when I get to Damascus, once I get through all the cold weather. And then we've got the Nemo Tensor Extreme Pad. Man, that thing is really warm. I think it's an R value of 8 or 8.5, but it is really, really warm. So that's my big three. Okay, so we're going to cover the things that I'll be wearing. So I have a buff. It's one that I've used on several through hikes in the local area. Should work pretty well for that. I've got a pair of smart wool underwear. I've got some Rab ProFlex pants. They're waterproof. They'll do really well in the rain. If they soak through, then I've got a backup for that. But this is my primary pair of pants that I'll wear most of the time. Then I have a shirt. It's a hoodie, and it's a cool hoodie. It will breathe really well, and it's one I'll wear most of the time. And then, of course, unfortunately, I have a knee issue that I'm dealing with, and I'm going to have to take a knee brace, at least for the first few hundred miles probably. So anyway, that adds a little bit of weight, but it's a necessary evil. And then last but not least, I have a pair of seal skin socks. I've never used them before. but they should help in the, when it's snowing or when it's raining a lot to help keep my feet dry. So that's everything that I'll be wearing. I've got some outerwear that I'll also be wearing. I'll show that to you in a minute, but this is the primary clothes that I'll be wearing to get on the trail. It seems like I'm missing something. Oh, there's one other piece. I can't forget it. It's my Alpha Freak mid layer, and it's a rab, and it is super warm. It dries quickly if you were to sweat in it or get it wet, and it is absolutely wonderful. I've used it on a lot of through hikes, and it is really warm, but yet it dries out quickly. So that's everything that I'll be wearing to get on the trail. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about my outerwear for inclement weather for the most part. So I have some rab gloves, and then I have some OR mitts to go over those gloves in the event it is raining or it's real windy. So the two paired together should work really well to keep my hands warm. Then I have a rain jacket, which is outdoor research. It's a little heavy, but for the winter months, it's what I'm sticking with, at least until I get to Damascus, and then I'll probably look for a little lighter rain jacket. And then, of course, I've got the micro spikes, which I guess are going to be necessary for the Georgia and up into the Smoky Mountains, at least for the month of February and maybe into March. But then I'll ditch them when I get to either Hot Springs or down in Damascus because they're heavy. And that certainly brings up the weight. Okay, we'll move on to the next section. Okay, let's talk about the cook kit. Basically, this is includes the bear bag from Hilltop Packs. I also have the rock bag and the line to hang the bag, but I'm changing that out for a setup from Hilltop, but it hasn't made it here yet. Then I have a filter system that I'll be using, but to be honest, I don't trust it 100% in the freezing cold weather. So I am also taking some tablets just in case. If that freezes up, then I'll have those tablets, or I may use the tablets in conjunction with the filter regardless until I get to either hot springs or into Damascus. Okay, and then I've got my cook kit itself, which I've got a stove, lighter, and gas, and then a 750 Tokes pot with a lid. So that should cover everything I need to cook. I think I'm in pretty good shape there, and I'm excited to test everything out here just a couple more times before I leave. But anyway, it's I think dialed in and ready to go. Now I'm going to show you some food options that I'm looking at. I haven't dialed it in 100%, but I have some ideas. Of course, the tried and true Mountain House. I'm going to be eating those anytime I can. I've got some different packs of salmon and some Star-Kissed. So I'll be trying those. They'll be kind of a lunch type deal. I have peanut butter, which I'll be eating quite a bit of peanut butter, I believe. And then For the mornings, I have some breakfast essentials. So I think that will be a mix with my coffee in the mornings. Then, of course, we can never forget the Pop-Tarts. I've got Pop-Tarts, and I've got this all organized by 3 to 4 days worth of food. In this particular case, I think I've got 4 days. And then I have some just bars, like Natural Valley Crunch peanut butter bars. I tried to get things that I can readily find on the trail. So, I mean, there's a lot of other things that I could put in my bag, but it's not always readily available. And then I have some variety of coffees. Of course, I had forgotten I have a titanium spoon. And then I have a mixture of, let's see, it's just all kinds of Propel. I got some liquid IV, and then I've got those tablets I was talking about that I'll put in my water. So that pretty much covers what I'm carrying on the trail, at least initially, to eat. And then I'll try to stay as close to that as I can, depending on what's available as I reach a town. But right now, that's kind of the food I'm looking at for the first 4 or 5 days. Okay, this next section is, well, it's a variety of things, but I guess we'll start with the most controversial one, and that is a full roll of toilet paper. I know that's going to be a sore spot, but I like my toilet paper, and I do have a trowel. I have a bottle for the middle of the night in the tent. I have the first aid kit with just everything from bleed stop to Band-Aids to patches to Tums, antiseptic, and some foot care. Then I've got all kinds of other stuff in this bag, like my toothbrush and toothpaste, wipes, some tea bags that are peppermint delight. Supposed to keep the mice away. We'll see about that. I'm going to try it. It's probably not going to work, and then I've got this special stuff. It's called Magic Soap by Dr. Bronner's, and that can be used for everything. I'm going to use it to wash my hair. I'm going to use it in my body. I'm going to use it to brush my teeth. So I'm going to probably take that toothpaste out that you saw a few minutes ago and free up some weight. I'm going to use it to wash clothes when I'm on the trail type clothes, like socks, if I'm trying to get them clean when I'm not in town somewhere. And so it's basically wash my hands. I mean, it's an all-purpose soap. And it's about 2 ounces. So that's basically a quick run through some of the odds and ends supplies that I'm going to have, toiletries and first aid gear, or things that I might need for first aid. And that concludes that section. Okay, let's move into my electronics. I've got some various cables for my watch, for just charging all the various devices that I have. So just miscellaneous cables. Then I have the Nightcore headlamp. It's a great headlamp. It glows in the dark. It's a nice one. Then I have the Garmin Mini 2. Which works really well. And I have a Apple Watch Ultra charging brick. And then I've been working on these batteries for I don't know how long, trying to dial in just the right combination. So I'm going to take 30,000 milliamp hours of battery, which is going to seem like a lot, but for the video that I plan on doing, I've done all kinds of tests. I've figured out it'll last me from 4 to 5 days. So, and that's kind of where I'm expecting to do my resupply. So anyway, it might be a little heavy, but to video, it just seems to be necessary. If I find it's not, then I'll drop something along the way. And then I have my Ray-Bans. Now, these are the Ray-Ban Metas. That's what I'm going to be using to video the entire trail. They worked really well, but of course I have to charge them also. The case will charge them 5 times, so I should be able to make it 5 days just by using the charge that they get from the case itself. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be using to video along the trail. They're convenient. They're always on, ready to go. So we'll see how that works out. But I've tried it a little bit already on the AT, and they seem to work fairly well. So that's the route I'm going. And but anyway, that's all my electronics except for my phone itself, which is an iPhone 17 Max Pro Plus. But anyway, that concludes the electronics phase. Okay, this section here, these are the items that I'll carry, but I won't wear out to the trail. I'll just change into them at various times. Like I have a pair of Zero sandals that can be used on the trail if necessary in the event that you blow up your regular shoes. So, but they're mainly for camp and shower and that kind of thing. Then I have some more Darn Tough socks. I have a short sleeve, cool. It breathes. This shirt really will breathe really well, but it's a short sleeve shirt. I have a Mountain Hardwear puffy that's treated me right over the years. I had it for quite a while, but it is really warm and it's nice. Then I have some Rab tights. They'll be used, in conjunction with my rain pants if it's real cold, or they'll just be the second pair of pants that I can change into at any time, and they go along with a pair of shorts. Now, instead of having another pair of underwear, I opted for the shorts just in case if I decide to and these are all Rab, but in case I decided to, hike in shorts, or if I just need another set of underwear, these shorts work just fine. Okay, then I have my nightwear, which is going to be the Smart Wool shirt and pants. And these will also be worn. There's all kinds of ways, but if I have to go do laundry in town or whatever, this would be the outfit that I'd wear. It's the outfit I'll wear around camp. It's the outfit I'll sleep in, that kind of thing. But it's Smart Wool 250. So anyway, that concludes the items that I'll just have packed, but won't be wearing the first day. Okay. This is all the stuff that I took out of my bag after my shakedown hike on the Appalachian. Everything from my trusty umbrella, which I will pick back up in Damascus. I love it for rain, but that first area in the Smokies and all is going to just be a lot of wind and probably snow. So I'm going to hold off, although I might regret it, but I'm not going to take that until I get to probably Damascus. But I love that umbrella. And I've just got all kinds of items. I mean, a whole bucket full of pillows and, a fanny pack. And this fanny pack worked really well, but it's a little heavy. So Hilltop Packs got one that's really light, so I'm going to it, and it should be here in a few days. Now, my trusty filter, which is another piece of gear that I really love, because you can cook in it, you can filter in it, but it's still just a little bit heavy, and there's some other things we can talk about, but I'm going to probably pick it back up in Damascus. We'll see. But it's a better filter and it filters a lot more than some of the basic filters. But it's a Grell, and it's really nice. Titanium. So I had a smaller cup. Just all kinds of stuff. Now, another thing I'm going to kind of dread. This was a dry bag. It was used as a dry bag, but it's also used to wash your clothes. It has a scrubber on it. It's got a drain hole. It's made specifically to hand wash your clothes on the trail. Socks, it's a biggie. And then you can drain it and put your clothes back in it after it dries, but it's got, everything you would need to actually scrub down clothes. I've seen people use all kinds of things to do that, and this may end up back in my pack at some point because it's really not that heavy, but it's a little bit heavier than a dry bag. So hopefully I don't regret that one. But anyway, all kinds of stuff that I had just all kinds that I had in my pack. And these are things I am not carrying. Okay, that wraps it up. That's the gear that I'm carrying on the trail. I tried to cover everything as best I could, but if you have any questions, please reach out to me, put a comment out there. If you got any advice, I'm open to all advice. So anything you can give me or anything I can give you as far as tips on equipment, things maybe I've learned, reasons why I'm taking each of these pieces of gear, just let me know what you need, and I'll be more than happy to help. I'm excited about getting on the trail, and I think I've got this thing dialed in, but you never know until you get there and actually start. But I think I'm well on my way. I'm ready. Now, please go out to hoggcountry.com and get a hold of that field guide. It's got every piece of equipment that we've talked about today. It's lined out. It's mobile friendly. You can access it even offline. My son worked really hard on making sure that the field guide was readily available, and he also worked really hard on the apps. There's a lot of cool apps that complement the field guide itself, but all these tools that you can use, and they're offline accessible again. So you can use them on the trail either before for pre-planning or on the trail, or even after you get off the trail. There's some apps there that would help you on your financial planning to kind of look at what you actually spent, that kind of thing. But all kinds of apps. He's going to do a separate video that outlines all the field guide and all those tools. He's going to go over every bit of it with you. He knows it inside out, and he'll also be able to answer any questions that you might have. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. Hopefully this was informative. I hope to see you somewhere on the trail. I hope that this helps. I hope that the gear selections make sense. But again, I'm open. If there's anything that you want to share with me, please do so. And we'll see you out on the trail. Thanks again.